Hi, this is Nancy Mansell coming to you from CNM Behind the Glass. Next up, we're going to subtract a rational expression. Okay, what do you have to add or subtract fractions? You have to have a common denominator, and these are not the same. So our first step is going to be to find a least common denominator, and the way we're going to do that is by factoring. I have m squared minus 2m minus 3, and I have m squared minus 5m plus 6. So let's factor both of those. Fortunately, the a is 1, so it's not going to be a big deal. M and m, signs are different. 3 and 1. Negative 3 plus positive 1 is negative 2. Cool. Down here I have m and m. Signs are the same. They're both negative. 2 times 3. Negative 2 times negative 3 is 6. Negative 2 plus negative 3 is 5. So we got 2 and 3. Okay. So then our least common denominator is going to be m plus 1 times m minus 3 times m minus 2. We already had an m minus 3, so we don't need another one. You only need one of those. Okay. Now that we have our LCD, we've got to look at what we have here, and we have to figure out, looking at this one, 2m minus 3, this one. If this is my LCD, what is in this line that is not in that line? Well, it's this part. It's the m minus 2. So I'm going to have to multiply this side by m minus 2. Now let's look at this one. Okay, what is in this line that is not in that line? It's this part. It's the m plus 1. Remember, anything over itself is 1, which makes doing this acceptable. Okay, now let's see what we got here. We have m plus 4 times m minus 2 over our new denominator, which is m plus 1 times m minus 2 times m minus 3 minus, got our same denominator here, m plus 1 times m minus 2 times m minus 3. And here we have 2m minus 3 times m plus 1. Okay. Next step. Let's multiply that out with FOIL. M times m is m squared. M times negative 2, negative 2m plus positive 4m is positive 2m, and last, negative 8. Now remember, we've got a common denominator here, so we're really only going to have to write it the one time and put all that top stuff over it. Minus, okay, let's FOIL that as well. 2m times m is 2m squared. 2m times 1 is 2m, minus 3m is negative m, minus 3. Okay, because there's a minus sign in front of there, we have to distribute that minus sign to all of these. And since it looks like I'm running out of room, I'm going to do it this way. To make this a plus, I have to change every sign. Now we're just going to collect like terms on the top. M squared plus negative 2m squared is negative m squared. 2m plus m is 3m, and negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. Put that over our common denominator of m plus 1 times m minus 2 times m minus 3. One other thing we should look at, does it look like that's going to factor? So maybe we could do a little simplifying there. Well, factors of 5 no way add up to 3. That is not going to factor. So that is our final answer. That one was a little more complicated.